Hello everyone, Shavua Tov. I want to share with you a story about the Ba'al Shem Tov. It's known that telling a story of the Ba'al Shem Tov on Motzei Shabbat, it's a big segulah for blessing in parnasa, in income. So Ba'al Hashem, maybe you can share it with your friends or family on Motzei Shabbat and get that very good segulah. The Ba'al Shem Tov Ha'Kadosh, it's known that he was a very righteous person, that he got to the level of Ruach HaKodesh, knowing the future and knowing the reasons behind every situation that happens to a person. There was once a fellow Jew that came to the Ba'al Shem Tov to ask for donation for tzedakah. The Ba'al Shem Tov used to get all the poor people coming, and he used to give to each one of them the same amount of 18 kapeiki, which is 18 coins back then in Russia. He used to give it to every poor person that would come to its door. And one day, the Ba'al Shem Tov Ha'Kadosh was sitting in his room learning, and someone knocked the door. The servant, the shamash, came and saw that it's a poor person that asking for tzedakah. He gave him the 18 kapeiki and told him, "Have a nice day." But this man was not satisfied. This poor man said, "I want to speak to the Ba'al Shem Tov because I need to get more than 18 kapeiki." The servant was very surprised. "Say thank you for what you got." He said, "No, according to halacha, I need to get more." Because it said halacha, he told him to speak to the Ba'al Shem Tov and see if what he's saying is true. He came to the Ba'al Shem Tov and told him, "Kvod Harav, I need to get more than what everybody else get." And the reason is because it says clearly in the book of laws, Shulchan Aruch, that a person that was rich and he became poor deserved to get more because he used to have more. So you cannot give him the same what you give to regular people, because whatever they eat, they used to eat very small portions. I was rich, I ate very delicious and expensive food. I need to get more. The Ba'al Shem Tov told him, "You're right. According to halacha, you will get more, and here you are." He gave him more. But I want to ask you a question. Why do you think you lost all your money? He says, "I don't know. I would want to know." The Ba'al Shem Tov told him, "I'll tell you what happened, and listen carefully." He says, "You remember on Yom Kippur, you were one of the richest people in our neighborhood, and you were honored to decide who is getting aliyah in synagogue, who is being the chazan, and you also were the one that went with the tobacco box to give to people to smell and to feel good in Shabbat, in Yom Kippur. And one Yom Kippur, you came with the tobacco and you went to give only to the important people, those rich people or rabbis or scholars that were in the synagogue. There was one poor man that didn't eat on Yom Kippur, and he even didn't eat the day before because he didn't have what to eat. He was struggling from the fast, and he just wanted to smell a little bit of tobacco because it helps to forget the hunger. And when you saw him, and he was raising his hand to tell you, "I want a little bit of tobacco as well," you just ignored him. You looked at him like he's nothing, like he's a decoration in the synagogue, not even a human being. And you went to those important people and spending time with them, giving them to smell tobacco. This poor man was very insulted. He was crying to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and he felt very bad. And Yom Kippur, this prayer of poor people, of people that suffer, God hears that first. It says in the Torah, "Shu yitzak elai ve'ani ya'aneh." He will scream to me right away, I'm going to answer. And it was decided in heaven that the destiny will change. Your money will be transferred to that poor man, and his poorness will be transferred to you. And this is what happened. Look what's happening now. If you realize, where is this poor man right now? He has a big house. He is very rich. And he is the one that giving the tobacco in the shul today. And you are standing here asking for donations. This man was surprised. How the Ba'al Shem Tov knows everything. He was convinced that this is the reason. Says this poor man, "What should I do to bring my money back?" Said the Ba'al Shem Tov, if the same scenario will happen again, that he would want something, that you would want something, and he would not give you, he will ignore you, he will look at you from up there and you are down here and will insult you, this is for sure will make everything come back to what it used to be, and you'll get your money back. This man said, this is my new project. I'm going to do everything to get my money back. And he decided that he will come and reach out to this rich man, which was poor before, and ask him for tobacco as well. But he wants to ask him at a time that was very not convenient, in a time that is very busy, maybe when he's going to be the chazan, say the prayer in Bet HaKnesset, and at that moment when he starts to say the prayer for everyone, I'm going to tell him that I want tobacco right now. And that's what he did. He just went to be the chazan, he started the tefillah of Arvit, right away this poor man comes and says, please, please, please stop, I need the tobacco. And it was a surprise for everyone. Everybody thought he would tell him, after, not now, leave me alone, I'm in the middle of something. But he took the tobacco from his pocket and he told him, if you want, it means you need it. Please take. He gave it to him, he smelled it, but from inside he was disappointed because he thought he will be successful, but this man was so kind, he gave him the tobacco even at that moment. He says, I'm going to try another time, maybe when he's more busy, maybe with the family. Now he's going to do kiddush, going to take the wine, do kiddush at home. I'm going to come to his house, knock on the door exactly at the time when he starts the kiddush. He waiting behind the door when he starts Yom HaShishi v'yechulu hashamayim v'aretz. He knocks at the door very, very, strong, to make him mad, to make him angry. And they open the door. Who can be now? Who is that? They see that poor man asking for tobacco. He stops doing the kiddush, comes with the tobacco, tells him, if you want, it means you need. Take it, please. He gave him the tobacco, and he was again disappointed from what happened. He says, okay, I'm going to try another time, and now for sure it's going to work. This man is going to marry his daughter in a few days. We know that when Chassidim marry their daughters, there is a very special mitzvah tanz, it's called. It's a moment when the father dancing together with his daughter, last dance before she goes and opens her own family. She goes out of the house. And this mitzvah tanz has a lot of intention, a lot of kavanot. It's a very important moment. Every father used to wait for that for years. And he says at the mitzvah tanz, when everybody looking at him, and there's so many people, I will come right there and push him a little bit and tell him, please, I need the tobacco right now. And that's what he did. He comes in the middle of the mitzvah tanz, and he grabs his jacket and says, please, 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 give me tobacco. I need the tobacco now. He stops the dance and give him the tobacco and tells him again, if you want, it means you need it. Please take. This guy just fainted on the floor. He couldn't believe that he will give him the tobacco, and he couldn't get his money back. After they bring some water, they wake him up. They asked him, what happened? Why did you faint? He said the whole story to that man. He says, I went to the Ba'al Shem Tov. He told me that my money went to you because I ignored you, I insulted you, and now we need the same scenario to happen again, so I get my money back, but I couldn't because you were so kind and you gave me all the time the tobacco. Said this man, this poor man, this rich man that was poor, he said, if the Ba'al Shem Tov told you that your money is my money right now, it means it's yours. And I would share it with you. I'll give half of it. If the Ba'al Shem Tov said that all the blessing I got from you, I'll give you half of my money with one condition, that every time someone asks you something, give him, because if he wants it, it means he needs it. From that story, we can learn a lot of lessons one lesson the Zohar Kadosh tells us, that a lot of time people coming into our life and asking for something. They can ask for a loan, they can ask for donation, they can ask just for help or just to talk to us. Sometimes people just need your attention. Those people are messengers from God, because the Gemara says, יותר ממה שהעני, העשיר עושה עם העני, העני עושה עם העשיר. More than the rich helps the poor, really the poor helps the rich. Sometimes there is a certain decree on the person. Something that Chas v'Shalom may happen to you, something bad, because we all do mistakes in life. We can bring bad things to our life. Kadosh Baruch Hu always send us a messenger, a poor person, someone that will ask us for something kind to do for them, to help them. This is a messenger to tell us, that there is a certain decree on you. There's certain things that can happen, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to cancel it with the merit of this mitzvah, of this good action that you do. That's why anytime someone is calling us, coming to us, asking for something, it means he needs it, but it means a little bit more. It means that I need it even more to have merit, to cancel a decree, or maybe to have a better life, or maybe there's something in Shamayim that I deserve, but not enough. I just need to make another good action to deserve it in real life. I want to bless all of us, B'ezrat Hashem, that will have the power and the desire that every person in the world that needs something from us, we will be there for them, and therefore HaKadosh Baruch Hu will be there for us. Shavua Tov.